How's it going, everyone? My name is Dylan Walker for Yahoo Esports. I've got Ryan Hart here. You just qualified for tomorrow in Street Fighter 5. What does that mean, and what does that result mean to you?
Yeah, the finals of the pool was me versus Itabashi Zangief. He's a top Zangief player from Japan. And it was really close, 2 games to 1 I won. Really happy about that. It means that I've qualified in winners, and I'm actually in a harder pool, apparently, because a lot of the top Japanese players qualified in second place or something. Or I don't know how they've seeded everyone, but yeah. Well, I'm here for the challenge, so that's fine and dandy with me. Bring it on.
Awesome. So our Street Fighter expert Michael told me that this event's kind of weird because there's not a ton of top European players that showed up for like a European tournament, and lots of Asian players and stuff like that. So why do you think that is?
Oh, I mean, I'm extremely surprised about the lack of European representation here this weekend, because this is a Capcom Pro Tour premier event. You know, we only have so many of those in Europe. So the fact that not a lot of players made out is quite disappointing, personally. But I think, you know, a lot of that is to do with sponsorship, or should I say lack of, and you know, it's quite hard to fund tournaments all the time if you're, you know, sort of like just working day to day, trying to make ends meet and stuff. So I can appreciate that, you know, it's quite a financial stretch for a lot of players to be here. I'm fortunately one of the players who are able to come due to support. So I can see, you know, I can see how big of a difference it does make, because a lot of top quality players are missing out, and it's just a shame that it has to be that way. I hope maybe a lot more sponsors end up getting involved, you know, bigger corporations start investing, and we can have some of our top European players representing globally.
You seem like the kind of person I could just talk to about esports all day, and we'll do that. We will do that. But I want to bring it back to Street Fighter. Yeah. So, can you tell me like a little bit about your like approach to Street Fighter 5 compared to like how you approach Street Fighter 4?
I mean, Street Fighter 5. I think one of the main differences is definitely a more rushdown heavy game in comparison. Obviously, depending on the character, there were characters who were more able to do that on 4. But I just think on the whole, because of the weaker defense system on the game, it is a lot easier to corner people and take advantage of their lack of territory, basically. I think also that has... I think my experience on Third Strike is something that has helped me integrate my style onto 5. Specifically using Ken as well, because I use Ken on Third Strike, and also because of the aggression, because of, you know, that kind of forward-moving offensive gameplay that you need to use sometimes. I think all of those things that have helped me get good at Third Strike in the past are also aiding my progress on 5 as well.
Awesome. So speaking of other games besides Street Fighter 5, I hear you commentate Pokken. So what is that like? I mean, is any comparison to Street Fighter there, or, you know, how do you keep up with both Pokken and Street Fighter?
Well, I treat commentary specifically as a job. You know, like I get hired sometimes to do commentary. I was fortunate enough for Nintendo Pokemon to hire me as the official commentator, one of the official commentators. I've done lots of commentary in the past. I've been the official commentator for World Cyber Games, you know, massive tournament. So I've done some big events. And it's quite nice to be appreciated, not just for my prowess on the game as a player, but also my knowledge outside the game, and the fact that I'm able to communicate my knowledge through a microphone. Yeah. So no, it's great, and it's been really fun. I think Pokken is a great game. I've been playing it, and I've been sort of learning about the game so that I can talk about it on streams. And it's actually really fun. I'm having so much enjoyment from the game, just because it's quite simple. You know, a lot of the times I'm getting into games that are really complicated. Street Fighter 5 is really complicated. King of Fighters is really complex as well. Virtua Fighter, Tekken, like really hardcore mechanics, you know, trying to get to grips with everything. And then there's Peaceful Pokken, which is really nice to play. Very simple rock, paper, scissors system. But at the same time, it does have depth at its core as well. So there's a lot to offer a player that gives it the time. So although it looks a lot different to Street Fighter, sorry, actually I should say, because it looks so different to Street Fighter and so on, I have to try and communicate the differences on the mic, you know, to audiences that might be watching the stream for the first time and have never seen the game being played, just so that they know that it does have sort of like a level of I don't know, of depth, you know, that it's not just guys pressing buttons with their favorite Pokemon character, that there are select tactics and strategies to be employed, and these guys are doing just that, and it's nice to see the progress as well. I've kind of followed the season of qualifiers all throughout, and I've seen players progress as it's gone along, you know, and it's nice that they're sticking through it, you know, they're really devoted, and yeah, they're getting rewards from that, and it's just nice to be a part of it. But I think essentially what I want to do is allow people to see that fighting games as a genre are a place where people can all come together and be together and have fun. You know, it's very much a social entity as well, where you can come down, see people that you know, see friends, colleagues, associates, whatever, and all appreciate your passion together. And I think Pokken tournament does that really well, especially as it's kind of put together with trading card game events as well. So you're getting sort of like all demographics across the board turning up, because you've got parents coming down to support their 8, 9-year-olds that are in the they're in the tournament, the trading card game tournaments, and then you've got that mixture kind of overflowing into the Pokken arena as well. And that's really good, because it means everyone comes together, and that's probably going to be the only fighting game to actually fully incorporate every age group, so because it's like and it's very much a family outing as well. All the family go to the tournament for the day and have fun, which is not something I could probably set up for Street Fighter. So yeah, definitely a difference there.
Cool. So I want to say, like, congratulations qualifying, and I look forward to seeing you casting Pokken. I just want to ask real quick, like, this is the fighting game hall, kind of. We have Street Fighter here, and Smash over here. Do you come over and like troll these guys occasionally, or like just sit down and whoop their ass in a game of Smash and then leave?
No, I did play a lot of Smash when I was at Nintendo, but more Brawl than Melee. Okay. I know Melee is the more skillful version of the two, but I haven't played much of the Wii version. But this is actually all Brawl here. Sorry, it's all Melee here. It's like all Melee, yeah. Okay, so there's 100 Melee setups, 100 setups of the version I haven't really played. So there you go. That answers that question. I would probably go over there and get trolled myself. So yeah, that's definitely a no-no.
All right, well, thanks for talking to me. For everybody else, this is Yahoo Esports.